You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised, brother. Because black people will be in the street looking for a brighter day. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be right back after a message about a white tornado, white lightning, or white people. The revolution will put you in the driver's seat. The revolution will not be televised, will not be televised, not be televised. The revolution will be no rerun, brothers. The revolution will be live.
What did he do? Where's his parents?
I was traumatized for my son having to go through that. His use of force was unnecessary. My son was not a threat. He was not committing a crime. He was not harming anyone.
Because I was in handcuffs. I thought it was locked up. Heard it.
Okay, you guys, so we enter into another situation where we have a black child, this time a 9-year-old little boy. He was leaning against a car. A random police officer basically tried to tell him, don't lean against that car. And the little boy said something back, and the police officer tried to grab him. The little boy became afraid. You see him running. The officer grabs him. He handcuffs him. The child was so afraid that he actually wet his pants. His mother is also a correction officer, and she basically was upset at the situation, understandably so. But, you know, this apparently is very common in DC, and we just saw in my last video a 15-year-old little boy who was also had his face repeatedly smashed into the pavement by police officers, and also punched in the face. This child was afraid. He thought he was like going to jail, being arrested. He didn't even understand what was happening. You know, our children are not looked at as children, and we see so many times when police officers, specifically white police officers, engage our little ones, and they are extremely rough with them and abusive toward them. It's very unfortunate, right? At the very, very least. You know, if we sit in denial about these issues, we're not going to fix them. I'm not going to say that every child shouldn't be handcuffed, but this little boy was not even charged with a crime. He was literally just leaning up against a car. I mean, how many times have you seen some little kid just lean up against the neighbor's car? You know, when does that end in a cop chasing a child, handcuffing them, and making the child so afraid that they wet their pants? Like, I don't understand this story, and I don't understand why in this day and age, you know, police officers are still able to get away with these kind of egregious behaviors, especially toward children, specifically black children. And with that said, I'll talk to you guys later.